I had an instant connection with him. You know, it's one of those people you just click with, and so it seemed always meant to be. Funny, lighthearted. He's the one in the room that everybody just gravitates to because he just is fun to be around.
I think she's wonderful.
Looking back, you see that things were not quite right, you know, for at least 2 years before that. But just a nagging sense, because you know your husband well enough, that something's off. So it really kind of started there. But then more things started appearing that made me suspicious.
I didn't identify the same thing that she did.
And with any form of dementia, there's nuances, so you're not exactly totally the same as anybody else. But officially, he matches up the closest to frontotemporal dementia.
That even though you have dementia and there are things you can't do, there's really a lot you can do. And we can understand who you are and how much of that personality of yours really still shines through, and really understand how to best help you best enjoy the best of your days.
You're breaking my heart, you turn it apart. All I wanna do is have a good time. Now I'm blue.
Sometimes a caregiver will learn about us and call to just talk about their situation, talk about what kind of resources we have.
Because it's such an evolving thing, to me it's an exciting time to see how it's all going to expand and grow. And I'm so lucky that I've plopped down in a place and time when the groundwork has been laid so I can see where it's evolving to.
It's a time with where we can laugh.
It's really interesting because initially when the group met, many of the caregivers would bring their person. They might go do some errands. They might schedule an appointment for themselves during that time, knowing their person had a place to go. And so in the comings and goings of picking up and dropping off, the caregivers became acquainted with each other. So as over time, now the folks, rather than running errands, they all meet together and have formed their own support group. And it's become very important to them. They have coffee, they visit, they talk about their challenges. Linda has been a very faithful attendee of that group and really enjoys it.
Being diagnosed with cancer is kind of a pivot. In the caregiving journey, they always tell you that sometimes the caregiver does not outlive their spouse. And of course, you don't really expect that's going to happen. It did in my case. I've lived long enough, I've gotten to do certainly enough. I would take more, but I've certainly done enough. So at this point in time, I'm okay with how the flow is going.
We were already in the caregiving role to some degree. We were, secondary, tertiary caregivers as the adult children of someone with dementia. But suddenly we became the primary caregivers, and so it's very helpful to be tapped into a community of support.
And there's sections on health, on legal, on medical, all about me, what I would want someone to know in the event something happened and someone couldn't share that with them. So it's a pretty comprehensive planner.
If the Family Caregivers Center could hire 12 Mary Anns, that would be great. What support is available is really needed. So having support to think about a central person who who also can attend to the emotional side of grief and loss, because right now we're just trying to do the who, what, how, when, where, and there's also a really emotional side to what we're going through that there's almost not even time to process.
By telling my story, I believe that that benefits us all, because that's an awareness part. A way to give back for everything that I've been given through my caregiving journey, and what could I do to be a little piece to move that in some small way to the next step.